Alright, folks, this is a quick video. Man, I mean, I want to talk about transphobia, man. This is like the fourth fucking incident that this fucking happened, man. And, I'm reaching a point where I'm this close to catching a case on some people, right? I'm kind of this close to hurling people out of windows over this shit, right? Now, I went to Shake Shack yesterday, and I was with a friend of mine who we've known each other ever since we were kids. I knew her prior to transitioning, and we hung out one day at Shake Shack because she had time, and she was like, "Hey, I wanted to like hang out with you because it's been a while since we hung out. I've been very busy," and I was like, "Sure," and I was excited because she was very busy. She was busy. She was busy for quite some time. Um, and this is like was the time where she was like, "Yeah, I'm actually free and everything was pretty cool, right?" Um, but she lives in New Jersey. Um, so this is the thing. We're just chilling, and some washed up dumbass motherfucker. I'm sorry if I'm going to be cursing a lot. It's just what's going to happen. Um, some washed up motherfucker comes around, starts running his mouth, being extremely transphobic. And believe me, this is the first time I've had this patience with this, okay? Because this is like the second time with her. I've had other incidents with other friends of mine who are trans, and this is the second time with her. Because one time it was in an Uber, and some asshole was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna drive this person because transphobic remark." And with him, I was ready to basically smash the door in his face. But she said, "Hey, let's go," and I just left, and I'm like, and I just basically said, "I'm gonna report your fucking ass." But this is the second incident at Shake Shack, right? And this one, I was this close to hurling my tray at this motherfucker because he comes out of nowhere and starts running his mouth, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, and it's obvious I could see he has kids over here, right? And I'm looking at him like, "Bruh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And that's what I kept asking him too. I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, you look really, really stupid right now. Like, what are you doing?" He starts yakety yakking, and he starts spewing out the slurs, and that's when I get the trigger, right? I get a little triggered. I get a front, perfectly justified, by the way, and I'm just like, "All right, bro." So I get up, and I'm basically preparing to square up at this dude because I've had enough of this shit, right? Because I know the experiences she's had to go through and what they had to go through. First off, this dumbass assumed that I was, he just made the assumption and assumed that I was with her like as a couple or something, even though she was my friend. He was making that assumption. Um, and this is why I think he was just spewing nonsense, because I think a lot of this was also an attempt to insult me, which I'm like, what's with the fucking trans misogyny? But okay. Um, but of course, this dude was a fucking transphobe. So he starts yakety yakking, and I began to square up, and I'm like, "All right, bro, you about to get your nights like you about to get the nights kicked out of you. Okay, that this is the end." And she tells me, "Hey, just calm down. We can just get out of here." And I basically, complied, and I left. I just want to be fair. This was in fucking. This shit was in Manhattan, bro. So when folks try to say, well, there's no distinct transphobia, bro, nah, it exists. All right, it's out there, and I've had to deal with that bullshit with certain other homies who spew transphobic nonsense, especially with like black trans people that I know personally. The bullshit they have to put up with. So you see, even me, like I don't have that experience, but even me myself, I was pushing like to a breaking point where I was just like, yo, get the hell up out of here, or I'm gonna throw your ass out the window to get up out of here. Okay? Like it reached that point with me. And I was really pissed off. So, we left and we just had to basically let it go at that point because it was his dumbass making the scene. So we decided to leave, and some customer service people, the employees coming at Shake Shack, they were telling the guy to leave, and we told them, "Don't worry about it, we're fucking leaving." And that was that. That was the second incident when I'm with her, and I just, man. So when people say, "Oh, it doesn't," there's such thing as that happening, or they try to downplay it, this is what the rhetoric leads to. It leads to this level of bullshit, right? The anti-trans rhetoric. This is what it leads to, right? These dumbasses who believe they're bolden to just approach people like that and just berate them like that. And I'm just sitting there like, the fuck is wrong with this guy? Right? You come up to me, I don't even know you, and you're running your mouth? First off, I don't know why this motherfucker wanted to throw his life away, because that's some dangerous shit of him doing that, period. Because you don't know if I was, some hood dude, if I was like some gangster out there, and you're coming up to me saying this shit, and next thing you know, you're on the ground. So, it's like, dude, you're that bolden, and to tell you the truth, some of these people do feel emboldened to really say this shit. So it's, yeah, that experience really got me pissed off, and I've always, and this is why the transphobic rhetoric is important to combat against, because this is what transphobes have to put up with all the fucking time, right? And I'm sitting there like, these motherfuckers, like, for real, like these people have the audacity, and yeah, it's pretty wild. But yeah, I've gotten to the point of basically telling folks straight up now that, yo, if you say something dumb, you're gonna get the boot in the face at that point. I mean, what can I say, right? Or you're gonna be shoved somewhere where you don't want to be, thrown somewhere where you don't want to be thrown. So it's gotten to that point with me where I'm just like, nah, we're not doing that. Okay. But anyhow, I just wanted to do this quick video because it was an experience I had, and I was just like, I was so angry at what I experienced, and I was just like, oh my god, did this motherfucker just open his mouth and say this shit? But yeah, it's pretty wild. So yeah, I'll leave the video there, and hopefully everyone has a nice day. Still super freezing out here, but hopefully everyone has a nice day, and yeah, yeah.